Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. Today, I wanted to give you my top 10 Star Wars movies ranked in order. One caveat is I did not see the Clone Wars movie, so that will not be in the ranking. Even though I love the Clone Wars TV show series. You can make a case that's probably should be number one if it was a movie. But it's not a movie, so it won't be in this ranking. So, starting off, and the first three could change. Some days I like another movie, one of the other ones better, but the top three really could be number one all the time. Number one, Return of the Jedi. This is the first Star Wars movie that I ever saw. I remember going to see it when I was a little boy in the movie theater. And I think what really puts this movie over the top for me is Emperor Palpatine is my favorite character in all of Star Wars. And when he just used Force Lightning on Luke, I was just blown away. His creepy voice, the way Ian McDiarmid performs the role, it's just flawless. Number two, Revenge of the Sith. I absolutely love this movie. I know there's a lot of prequel haters out there. I don't care. Revenge of the Sith is a truly great movie. You actually get to see the birth of Vader, the lightsaber duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Sidious and Yoda are absolutely epic. Number three, The Empire Strikes Back. A lot of people have this movie ranked number one. I can see why. The cliffhanger with Vader revealing that he is Luke's father. That's a game changer in Star Wars. I have to admit that. Number four, A New Hope. The first Star Wars movie. The first time we ever saw the Force, first time we ever saw Jedi mind tricks. I can only imagine how great this movie would have been, even more than it's already iconic. But just imagine if George Lucas actually had a budget to work with. This movie may have been the best ever. Of course, the lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Vader, the first time you saw it, you probably like, wow, that's really epic. But the lightsaber duels have gotten much more better. And this lightsaber duel, I guess people actually still rank it very high because it was the first one. And it was more about emotion than actual fighting. Now, this is my next tier of movies. I still like them, but not as much as the first set of movies. Number five, Rogue One. I saw Rogue One in the theater, and I was absolutely amazed with this movie. This is a different Star Wars movie. It's not a saga film. So there isn't really Jedi per se. Actually, there is no Jedi, even though Vader is in the movie. But you get to see Tarkin back in it. You get to see Vader. You get to see the construction of the Death Star. This is really the only Disney Star Wars movie that I actually liked. Number six, The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace gets the nod over Attack of the Clones mainly because Darth Maul is just such a cool character. I wish he actually was able to survive the movie, but this is the first Star Wars movie where you really got a little bit more into the mythology of the Force. I know a lot of people didn't like the midi-chlorians, but to me, it made sense to me, and it really wasn't in the movie very much, so I don't know why people really complaining about it. But you know, maybe if you went back, George Lucas went back, maybe he could have started the series with Anakin already as a teenager than like a 9-year-old boy. But that's just nitpicking. Number 7, Attack of the Clones. I did like Attack of the Clones. Not a bad movie. The CGI, especially in the arena scene, not really that good when you look back on it. I guess you can make the case for the Phantom Menace also, but at the time, that was pretty groundbreaking technology. George Lucas is always one step ahead in the technology department. That's why the movies today look so good, is because of the companies that he started and he founded. So, Attack of the Clones at number 7. And the next tier, this is where we get to the Disney Star Wars movies. And number 8 is Solo. Solo, not a bad movie. It's okay. It would have been better if they would have never put L337 in the movie. That droid just really killed the movie for me. I don't blame Ron Howard for the movie. I mean, he was brought in to clean up a mess, and a mess that was already created. So I can only imagine how bad the other movie was. That was shot by Lord Miller before they got fired, and then they bring in Ron Howard to clean up their mess. And I don't know. It's an okay movie. That's all I can say. Seeing Maul at the end was cool. I completely understand why they put him in there. If you watch the Clone Wars, you'll know why he's still alive. Number 9. This is going to be controversial that I have this movie at next to last. The Last Jedi. And of course, you know that The Force Awakens would be number 10 for me. The reason why I put The Last Jedi above The Force Awakens is really because of originality. Didn't really agree with the originality, but one thing I didn't like about The Force Awakens, how it was just so unoriginal. I mean, there was no originality in that movie. I blame The Force Awakens for The Last Jedi because it kind of set the foundation for what happens in The Last Jedi. J.J. Abrams set up Rey to be all-powerful, no training or anything like that. Even though in The Last Jedi, she's more powerful. She disrespects Luke. She beats him when she takes his lightsaber. It's just ridiculous. Now, neither one of these movies are good. I'm just marking The Last Jedi just a little bit above The Force Awakens. And as far as The Force Awakens, there's absolutely no Luke Skywalker in this movie. Why should I care when you basically push the main character off a cliff and he's in there for a minute? No. Even though The Last Jedi, that was not Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. That was just a bad nightmare. But anyway, that's my ranking. That's the way I see it. How would you rank your Star Wars movies? I would like to know. Post it down in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. John Matrixx, out.